You know what I really admire about you?
Yeah.
The fact that you're doing a lot,
Yeah.
but you don't even want people to know that you're doing a lot.
Yes, I think I want to be recognized after I've helped 1 billion people. Yeah, you know, that's the target. So if 1 billion people have gotten help, then I will be ready for recognition.
Celebrating every African, Wode Maya, in Africa. Mention his name. Wode Maya, Mr. Ghana, baby, Africa to the world. It's my responsibility to celebrate every African. And anytime I want to celebrate every African, I want every African to join me as we celebrate our own. Do me a favor, like this video, share this video, because the man that I'm going to celebrate today...
Yes, and he shakes the hand for like a minute.
has done something unimaginable. So according to what you're saying,
yeah,
will you say that the person who owns this house is a beneficiary of the whole initiative?
Exactly. Exactly.
What does that mean?
So what it means is that, what it means is that these landowners, like now this one, you know, who lives in Nairobi, they give us access to land in the back to be able to use, and depending on the value of your land, we build your house equivalent to the land that you provided.
When Julius started this project, people did not take it lightly. But for me and our family here, we sat with him and we had very many questions for him to answer. But we said, okay, can we now go into the project? And on the basis that there is no business that has no risks. You see that? After we have now gone up to this level, if you ask Daniel, he will tell you people are now pestering him to see that he goes to their homes and do what is happening here.
So far, 710 people, partners, you know, community members, have participated in this program. For those 710, we've done upgraded their home and then build them rentals. So the rentals range from 5, units to up to 16 units. So on average, we have done over 4,200, different units, for all the people in the community.
Yeah.
So I want to know who built this apartment for you.
This one here.
Including your home?
Yes, and leave alone the home. There is another house down here. Because you are short, maybe you can climb here.
Let me climb. He is an unsung hero. I mean, unsung heroes in Africa are always humble. Unsung heroes in Africa hardly tell their own stories, and that is why they have their #1 bragger in the entire world called Wode Maya, the only African who is so proud about Africans changing lives in their own way. And as the #1 bragger of the continent, I need to come in here and brag about this guy. So before this hospital, where were you guys going to?
Well, there is a small dispensary along the road, and there is a sub-county hospital in Butere, in the town of Butere. It is not very near. Today, I'm trying to tell the people to forget about going there, then they come here where they can get doctors and get medicine immediately and get good treatment with good doctors and good nurses. You see that? I think that's a big...
Mr. Mwale, do you have an ambassador for your project? My wife told me that you're a billionaire. And my wife keeps on telling me that the day you meet Mr. Mwale, your life will never be the same.
Yes.
Please, change my life right now.
So this is your unit now, so you can finish it to your liking. Yeah, get it to...
Like I still don't get it?
Yeah.
It's my unit now.
Your unit now.
You out for rent or...
Yeah, that's for rent. You own this now. This is a gift for you coming to Kenya as an in-law from this community.
This is one successful African who left Africa, went to the United States, made it so big, and came up with an idea of building a city inside a village. You're building a city?
Yeah.
You know what a city entails?
Yes.
A
Yes.
city needs to have an airport,
Yep.
needs to have a power
Yes,
station,
yes.
needs to have industries,
Yes.
even places that people need to live.
Yes. Yes.
You're
So
doing all of that in here, you're just, I mean, because the camera is there, so just want to lie to the people. I know some of you will be like, is he crazy or something? I mean, crazy people do extraordinary things. And what this man has done,
Our cash crop was sugarcane, and the industry of sugarcane has since died. But you see, if you look at sugarcane, if you have to benefit from sugarcane growing, you need to have not less than 2.5 acres. These ones would give you around maybe 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 Kenya shillings, and the sugarcane would grow for 18 months and then harvested, and then it would take another 6 months for the processing for you to be paid. Now, if today I can raise my 50,000 from here, then in a month, compare it with 24 months to get 50,000. So you can see he has brought us a very good project and a very good business.
did somebody ever told you that you're crazy to be doing this in Kakamega County?
yes, of course, everybody thinks we are crazy to build a city in a rural area. Yeah, knows me very well. Yeah, mama. Mbuha. Rimno. Asante sana. Yeah.
My first question would be like, why would you build a city in a village?
My name is Julius Mwale. I'm the principal investor for Mwale Medical and Technology City, located here at MMTC in Western Kenya. I've been inspired to transform lives of people in Africa. Yeah, because Africa resources have always been used to exploit the people within Africa, and then help people outside the continent. And so we wanted a model that is going to benefit the people in Africa, the owners of resources like land and minerals and all the other natural resources that we have, and also benefit the people that are getting those resources. So I wanted to make sure that we can drive this change where our generation can lead the world in making Africa, the engine of the world, be driven in the right direction by Africans, people that are controlling it to benefit all of us. Yes.
Do you believe Africa is the future?
I believe Africa is the future. I wouldn't have invested $2 billion to build a city here. Yeah, and then expanding that city as a concept to other cities in Africa. This is the future, and the future is here today. We started this city with a feasibility study in 2007 to 2012. It took 5 years. We spent $4 million, and we found out that 180,000 people in this East Africa region go to India for medical treatment. And so we decided that why can't we capture that market by putting a medical city that it has innovation park, and transforming community people within this region, being able to raise their levels of life. So we are here. We've built a city. It's the #1 green city in the world, smart city in the world. Only one to exist. And we are taking this concept, the concept of this city, all over Africa, to 18 locations in 12 countries in Africa, starting out from Sierra Leone, in Ghana, Benin, Nigeria, Cameroon, coming all the way down to Congo, Tanzania, Uganda, Sudan, South Sudan, Zambia, Mozambique, and Angola. So we are doing this to transform our entire continent of Africa, and for cities that look like this, that are transformed in the world. And so we want to change Africa. 800 million people we are targeting to transform their lives, put them in middle class by the year 2050.
Mr. Julius Mwale.
Yes.
My wife told me that you're a billionaire. And my wife keeps on telling me that the day you meet Mr. Mwale, your life will never be the same.
Yes.
Please, change my life right now.
Your life has already changed.
No,
After meeting me, I think your life has changed. You got to see how the city has been transformed here, in Africa. And I'm a billionaire of ideas, billionaires of, the wealth of getting people out of poverty. So that's my billionaire. My billionaire is, my net worth is how many people am I moving from poverty?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's my wealth. That's, you know, how many people. If I don't, I want to move millions out of poverty. Yeah, you know, in my lifetime. And that's my net worth. That's how I look at myself.
A billionaire that wants to move people from poverty. Can you let me know how was life like when you were growing up?
I was born here, literally this house. This is where I was born in 1976. Yeah, and I'm a sixth born. There were 5 sisters ahead of me. Yeah, and then there's one behind me, and then there's another brother behind me. So there are 4 boys, 8 girls. So the last born boy in our culture here, in the Luhya culture of Western Kenya, stays in the ancestral home to take care of the graves. I have my father's grave right here with a tree. He passed on in 2005, and my mother's tree is right here. I grew up here. I used to go, there's a creek down there, there's a river that I used to fish and plant yams or arrowroot and potatoes, you know, down there. That's what I used to do. I liked farming, you know. I grew up in a village. I'm connected to people, you know. We were 12 siblings of us, you know, growing up in the community here. My last born brother stays here now. Yeah, and you know, we were working on the farm and going to school as our father, who was, you know, a farmer and a businessman in this area, you know, helped us, you know, to be able to see the importance of getting people out of poverty, helping the community. And that's what I got to do.
Was he a stubborn guy when he was growing up?
Yeah.
Very stubborn, eh?
Yeah.
So which means if all of you were classmates, which means you grew up together.
Yes, yes.
I mean, going to school,
Yeah.
how was it like? I really wanted to know.
Yes, so this is, we're talking about 40 years ago. Yeah, so between like 1980 and 1986 and 87. So that's when we were together in primary school. Yeah, and we were here, the roads were impassable, they were muddy. Yeah, you know, you didn't have, you had hyena, fish. We had hyenas here and leopards. Yeah, that's when we grew up. When we're going to school in the morning, you run into hyena. Yeah, that guy standing there killed a hyena. Yeah, right here in the rocks. Yeah, you know, when we were going to school. So that's when we grew up in this area. So you know, we got it now opened up, and the hyenas were taken in reserves. Yeah, and leopards in a reserve. So we have a big reserve where these animals are. So we have 12 of us. We are all in here. So this is a shrine. This is now a tribe. This is now a shrine. Sure. Yeah, it's kept, you know, for future generations. It doesn't get messed up. So this was built in 1969. You know, and this electricity came in this house in 1969.
Which year were you born?
I was born in 76.
You lived here all your life?
Yes, I lived here until I was 18 years old. So I went to the military after I finished here, and I studied telecommunication engineering, and then I invented the technology when I went to America for biometrics that transformed the way people did business, to access business on the internet, made money there, and then I came back to do a study to invest in the city right here.
That's a summary. That's a summary. I don't want the summary.
Yeah,
we have to go into details. My next question will be like, why you left
Yes.
Kenya in the first place?
Yeah, so I left Kenya.
I mean, the 18-year-old Mwale.
Yes.
Why did you leave Kenya?
No, so I left Kenya. So I had spent, I joined the military in 1994, and so I left in 2000. I did telecoms engineering, so I went to the US on political asylum because there was a misunderstanding with the technology I had created. And, you know, I went to the US for asylum, yeah, to be able to protect, you know, my own identity and the technology that I had that I wanted to be able to use to help people.
If you went for political asylum, which means you ran away.
I think I'll put it in that way. I'd say, you know, I excluded myself to be able to protect the technology that I had.
What was the first country that you went to? Because you cannot just fly from here to America.
Exactly.
If you're planning to run away, definitely have to jump into.
I went through Uganda. I was in Uganda for 6 months.
Whoa.
You know, trying to get asylum there, and then I ended up in Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe?
Zimbabwe. So I was in Zimbabwe when there were farm invasions.
Okay.
Yeah, in the year 2000. That's when I was in Zimbabwe, and that's where I was there for 9 months, looking for the UN Refugee Agency to be able to get me, yeah, you know, to get political asylum there in Zimbabwe, and then, you know, they referred me to the US and that's where I was offered my political asylum.
At what point did your life change in the US?
I spent about a year in a homeless shelter. I was a homeless man when I arrived there waiting for paperwork. Yeah, to be able to get paperwork from 2001, I was there starting in July. I tried starting in May, and then I left the shelter in May 2002. And 9/11, September 11, happened when I was in the shelter. And I got to witness that and see that. And an idea came to me. I was like, look, I can create technology that can be able to protect the networks. Yeah, the banking networks from attack, terrorist attacks going in the future. I knew no one else had, the power to do that. And I was working already on my technology. And this was an opportunity to be able to cure this problem for the world and for good.
You would say that technology changed your life.
Yeah, it did. It did.
At what point did that technology change your life?
Yeah, so I formed a company in 2003, and what I did, I created, a two-factor authentication. I went to the local authorities who are the elected Senate office in New York, and they were helping small businesses to be able to create jobs. So I said, hey, can we be able to propose a two-factor authentication for banks so that, there's a username and password and another level, like a token, a picture. And mine was biometrics. I proposed biometrics for that. And then the Congress put up that legislation in 2004, and it went into effect in 2006. And my technology now became the go-to technology for bigger banks. I had Bank of New York, I had Bank of America, and I had JP Morgan as my first clients, with this technology. And that's how I made money. And I became, very successful.
You became very successful? Are we talking about billions of dollars, or we're talking about millions of dollars?
I wouldn't. I like to describe it as, millions of people getting help.
I mean, that's the wealth of a billionaire.
Yeah, that's the wealth of anybody.
For the work, you are busy.
Yes.
Committed to perform.
Yes.
You have tried so much.
Yes.
To enlighten.
Yes.
Each and every corner.
Yes.
There is no any kind of darkness.
Yes.
All over the region.
Yes. This is the power plant. It's a 10 megawatt solar power plant.
Whoa.
And this power plant, we put it here to be able to power the $2 billion city. So we have a 5,000 bed facility, which is a hospital. And then we have an entire shopping district, golf district. Yeah, we have even built, an airport, and we have an innovation park. And this is a city that is supposed to basically transform the lives of people here in the communities and extend it in Africa.
My first question would be like, why would you build a city in a village?
Yeah, knows me very well. Yeah, mama. Mbuha. Rimno. Asante sana. Yes, so this area, we did a feasibility study, and we saw this area has about 16 million people. Between the lake here, we are about 30 kilometers from Lake Victoria in Western Kenya. And then to the Mount Elgon, we are another 1 hour from Mount Elgon. There's 16 million people in 14 counties, and that's a third of the Kenya's population. So this land here, it's equivalent to Nairobi metropolitan region, which only has 8 million people. So if you want impact and you want to help people in Africa, you go where the people are, and this is the area, that's why we're here. Yeah, this power plant is sustainable. So it's 10 megawatt solar power plant being upgraded to 50 megawatt. And what it does is that it draws power from the sun and helps us not rely on the national grid that has a lot of demand from other, growing economy. And so we have 24/7 of available power that can power the city anytime.
And all the power comes from here?
Yeah, all the power that runs the city comes from here. So an average city, like for example in America, in a suburban city, needs a 10 megawatt to run it. So we have that here. So we can run power in Kakamega, Kisumu, these cities in Western Kenya from here. But now we have this for this sustainable city.
That is really brilliant, man. Maybe I need to have a new name for you. A visionary leader?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
But I mean, being a businessman with this vision for your own people, in Africa we say, why do people like you don't run for politics? I mean, don't run for being a leader of a country.
Yes, so influence is very important, and you get influenced by, helping people. Yeah, politics is one way of, having an influence, and it's one way of helping people. So you can help people through business, and so long as my goal is to end poverty. To be able to help people, and I'm doing it well through business, and it's been very effective so far. So I have no ambition to get involved in politics.
So since the whole project is $2 billion, see, I don't even know how to pronounce $2 billion. How much did it cost you for this power plant?
So the power plant is about $100 million.
Wow.
This plant, $100 million, but it's sustainable, and it will stay here for over 100 years without needing minimal repairs.
You don't think Africa don't need this whole hybrid instead of why not the whole continent based on solar, because we have the most sunshine?
Yes, not all countries in Africa can get solar. For example, there's the latitude around areas of Rwanda going up to Congo and Ethiopia. They can't use solar because there's not enough sun there. But Sahara needs solar.
Ghana needs solar.
Ghana needs solar. Kenya needs solar. We're right on the equator. Yeah, so we need solar, and we've seen it to be very sustainable.
Then I think African leaders from this part of the continent needs to invest in solar. You don't think so?
Yes. Solar is very sustainable, very reliable, and cheaper on the long term. Cheaper and easy to maintain.
It's more like you're empowering the people living in this area.
Yes. We're empowering the people. We haven't relocated them from this community here. So what we do, we integrate them. Like, we go to their land and we tell them, look, you want to partner with us in the city? We build them rental homes, we put our workers there, we upgrade their homes, we give them electricity, and then we're able to give them our workers to rent every month, and they're earning money there that's bigger than the per capita income of Kenya. Even though I don't understand, but what's going on is that he was his classmate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back in here or
Yeah,
where?
back. Our school is right here. In this community, that's where we were in the 1980s.
Was he a stubborn guy when he was growing up?
Yeah.
Very stubborn, eh?
But not so much.
But are you guys still friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
We are still,
Yes.
still friends here now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So by now, I'm working in instruction there at his class, and I gave him something like land where there's some construction going on.
Wow.
And I know that that place will be very, very nice. And I'll be very, very happy when that place will be okay.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes.
It's good to be working with your classmate with
Yes.
projects like this. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah. So these are the people we are transforming.
Wow.
So this is what the city is being built for. It's for these people. Now he's a contractor, and he has a full-time job. Yeah. His property is being upgraded. Yeah. His community has street lights. His roads are done. The kids are going to school. Everything is taken care of.
Construction, is it at the hospital?
Yes. Yeah. He's
Oh,
extending a new wing at the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
He's a welder.
A
He's
fixer.
a fixer.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still fixer.
A still fixer.
Good.
Very much nice one.
This is my home. This is a house for my son, one of them. And this is where I lived from 1988 until very recently, and moved to the next one, which now comes in the hand of the chief investor. After he came around and he said he wanted to transform these homes, not only my home, but homes. Now this one is where I currently live here. So you will find that this is another project which is an apartment.
Okay.
It has 10 houses inside here. He's planning to bring in the renters, and these are single rooms. Yeah, this is single. So it depends on the size of your family and the way you want it. You may have you may be single, but you want a bigger room, and he's now equipping them right off. So let us see. On this side we have 4 of them, and on this side we have 6 of them. So together they are 10, and you can see that they are all mine.
Yeah.
So that story that he's taking people's land is nice. You can see that.
I mean, I don't even know that story.
The old story is there.
Have you been hearing that story?
Yes, I've heard of it. That's why I'm mentioning it.
Oh, okay. That he's taking people's land.
Yes,
But
so including the president. He did not know how we are getting this work done without ejecting people from their homes and farms. You see?
Let me wait. Let me clarify this.
Yes.
How did this happen? What was the contract between you?
No, when he came, he called a big meeting, and he said he was telling us what he wants to do. And you know, he's a local son here. You have been to, I'm told you have been at the MP's home.
Yeah.
That is his younger brother.
Yeah.
And now, when he was going to school near there, and they saw him go to school barefooted. And then, after that, he went to high school, and from the high school, he went to the forces, and from the forces, he comes out and says, I want to do ABCD, just like you are here today.
Yeah.
And then people wonder how a small boy like this, saying these very big things. So they said, no, this one has an hidden agenda to maybe take our land. Maybe he has a lot of money to take away our land. So that was the misconception. Are you satisfied?
I'm not satisfied.
Yes.
Did he take your land?
No, I want to show you what is happening. Yeah?
So I want to know who built this apartment.
This one here.
Including your home?
Yes, and leave alone the home. There is another house down here. Because you are short, maybe you cannot climb here. You have seen it?
The one down there?
Yes.
Oh, there's another one too there.
Yeah, that one is for my son.
Wow.
But that one is not in the program. Yes.
So this one.
So that one and this one, 10 plus that is 11 plus that one, 12. So let me show you how it came to be. It is we are consuming this water. It is part of what he did here. And you can see I was looking for water from a well. Now I'm getting it from the borehole.
Oh.
I'm no longer looking for water from the well. Now look at that fence.
Yeah.
You see that fence?
Yeah.
That fence is a boundary between me and him. Now, when he took that land, he gave me all these things you can see. We are in agreement that this is what he was supposed to do. From the beginning, he said that, and he has done it. So this one has changed from a farm into a golf course.
Ready? Wow! No, Dadu!
This is the old church where we have been praying from. And as I said, is idea that is going to give a donation or a gift to the community, then he comes up with that one there. In fact, this one is a big church. We are going to go inside so that you see the size of it. Yeah? It is larger than the community.
Changing it to Mr. Life Changer.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I really want to know how are you changing lives in here?
Yes. So we have a three-pronged approach. So the first one is that we are building new homes for people here and giving them rentals and workers to rent their homes. Yeah, and then number two, we go to their kids, we educate them. So we're able to send them to school, people from these homes, we educate their kids. And then those kids go and get education anywhere that they want, whether they want to go to Nairobi University, University of Ghana, or they want to go to Oxford. Yeah, we pay for their education, and they can come back and then work at the hospital. Yeah, work at the power plant. They can work in construction. They can work, in dining and hospitality in those areas. And the last area that we're transforming them is by giving them access to high quality health care. So they're being treated at our hospital, largest in the world, and they're coming here getting treatment for free if you're from this county on an NHIF, which is a National Hospital Insurance Fund. So we don't charge people copay, when they come in for treatment. No copay charge, we just charge the insurance company, for the fees of treatment.
So anyone from this village
Yes.
get treatment for free?
Not from this village, from this county. It's 2 million people. 2 million people. You have that card, you get free treatment.
Wode Maya,